am so happy to see everyone. This is the last one. What the fuck? Come on! Boo! Boo me! Who's got tomatoes? Come on! Hurt me! Hurt me! Come on! Make me bleed! We'll do that after. You can check in with me after the show. Yeah, the first note card that I have just says heartfelt thanks. So I want to make sure that I do that. We're going to start with the emotionality and the gushiness up top. I started this show October 2019. That's so surreal. It's followed us through a pandemic. It's followed me through heartbreak. It's followed me through love, lust, loss, everything in between, and none of that would be possible without you. Genuinely. So thank you for coming to my show. Thank you for wanting to be a part of my weird, annoying world of like tall lesbianism. Totally, and like anarchy and screaming and like, you know, making mistakes and picking ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. This second note card, what else did I want to talk about? They're all out of order. Oh, I kind of already know what oh yeah, totally. Got it. Okay, how has August been for everyone? August has been kind of, right? It's been vibey. It's been vibey. All that I did research chemicals last weekend. Because I was like, I gotta, you know, sometimes you just have to Swiffer the inside of your mind. You just have to like crack it open, grab the bandsaw. Is that a real tool, babe? Bandsaw? Got it. I made that one up. I'm always like, lug nuts. And she's like, shut up. Well, the other thing I say is sub pump. I love to call everything a sub pump if I don't know what it is. I'm like, you gotta lube the sub pumps, babe. That's why there was a leak. Right, because my brain is a fucking sub pump. See what I'm saying? So in order to make this sub pump work, I have to put research chemicals in it. Every so often, you just gotta like slice and dice, crack it open, just kind of jiggle it around, blow on it. And the only like psychic download that I got from being on research chemicals this weekend is that I wish that I was able to grab seagulls from the sky so I could throw them at people. Wouldn't that be kind of bomb? Don't you think? It's like if you just don't fuck with someone, like I'm gonna throw a seagull at you. I think that would be fun. That's what I'm thinking. Oh yeah. This is just kind of like I just want you to feel sorry for me moment, which is that I on Wednesday did something that brings me complete despair, which is I had a bad set in front of my ex's girlfriend. Which is so fucking emasculating, okay? It is so emasculating. My transgender body in this blazer cannot have that be part of my gender journey, okay? That's not what I'm fucking doing. It's like, always got a crush in front of her, and I always say I'm 6'1". You're not gonna tell me I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm 6'1", and my shoe size is definitely a size 10. And me saying that I have a size 10 shoe has nothing to do with me constantly having ingrown toenails. It definitely doesn't. There's absolutely no correlation to that or constantly having a sprained ankle. Definitely not that my foot is just loose in a massive shoe constantly. Definitely not. Okay, so another thing that I realized about myself is you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I would say my biggest kink ATM is divorce. I'm like so obsessed with divorce. I think that just like I have like my friend up here in the front row, fresh divorcee. You know what I mean? That's the kind of energy I want tonight. She's a fresh divorcee. It's sexy like she knows what she wants, she says yes to herself, she has boundaries, she's in this new chapter of her life. But then when a man is divorced, it's like you've hurt people. When a man is like that's fucking scary. So scary. When a woman is divorced, it's like MILF. MILF. Even if you don't have kids, you're a MILF. No matter what. But when a man is like, I have an ex-wife, I'm like, pay her. Pay her. Pay her on time. You scare me. Okay? This is not a safe space for divorced men. I have to say. Okay, the last thing that I'll say before our first segment is anybody watching F-Boy Island? Okay, even if you haven't, it's just like another show where the most like disgusting, vile men you've ever seen in your entire life, who just look like scrotums, are just like maneuvering through life like gaslighting. It's so scary. And I just like, I know that everyone here is queer and we're so, we just got off pretty clean. Okay, so I know that it's just lucky. Okay, so as you may or may not know, I'm leaving Seattle in October. I know. And my time here has been really great. I moved here when I was 22. I only had like $30 and not a lot of dreams, but I did have myself, and that's important. And what I didn't have was money. Because I'm just kind of like your good old-fashioned proletariat, you know what I mean? I didn't go to college, I lived in a garage with my best friend, we got bed bugs, and what I did do along the way is I have collected a lot of different kinds of jobs that I had and I lost. So we're gonna do a little segment that I needed to do for myself because I've been unemployed for a whole year because I've been on unemployment, which is amazing. Thank you, government. But that's over 2 weeks, so I had to like redo my resume. So I think I'm just gonna show them this, and now we'll do a little segment called Click the Space Bar. Click the Space Bar. Click the Space Bar. Called Clara's Job. If you can't see, I'll explain along the way. Okay, first space bar, click. Okay, so the first job, this is the very first, I'm literally going to tell you each and every job I have. Because I need to know. Like, I don't remember, because I don't like remembering shit. That sucked. Okay, so this is the first job that I worked at. It was called Bar Noreste. I worked there from February 8th, 2016 to February 24th, 2016. So that was a little short. Okay, so this job was horrible. This is in South Lake Union, like right across from the Spheres. Horrible. I was like, I didn't know. I like found the job on Craigslist, but the way that I got this job is because like the restaurant company, which is now defunct because they were money laundering from the employees and stealing their tips. Yes, I got a class action lawsuit for like $45. That was tight. At every job I've ever had, I'm like, please can a refrigerator fall on me so I can get that money? OSHA, I'm like, can I get burned or something? Like, come on. It's like, can someone throw a seagull at me? Like, let's get the ball rolling, because this is fucking boring. And it was so horrible. It was across, okay, so the concept was like, all these white people like open up a Mexican restaurant and they're like, hey, what if the Pacific Northwest actually invented the taco? And I'm like, why do you love colonialism like so much? Weird. And I did get fired I got fired because someone had a peanut allergy. And you fill in the rest. Next slide. Right. Oh find the Yelp reviews from this place when it was a restaurant. This one says, straight up white people bullshit. No wonder the Amazombies love it. Overpriced, non-whatever. And then guacamole does not equal, or guacamole equals avocados. Because the way they had it set up there was their guacamole was eggplant.
No!
Boo! And it's like, it's racist! Exactly! It's racism! I'm like, I am so glad your business failed, that you don't have restaurants anymore. I'm like, great, justice. Next slide. Okay, yeah, local celebrity chef sells, oh, thank you. Local celebrity chef sells restaurant, settles $1 million claim with employees. Thank you, bye. Next one. I'm like, thank you for my money. Okay, this is the next place I worked at. Only the real ones know when I worked at Mickey. You're gonna wanna look at that, yeah. Only the real ones know when I worked at Mickey's Sports Bar in Georgetown, on Marginal Way, under the First Avenue Bridge. For sure. I worked there March 9th, 2016 to April 19th. You guessed it, 2016. Gotta love it, gotta love it. It was owned by these two, like, very peculiar sisters named Debbie and Christy, and they, like, would always, like, walk at the same time, and they would, like, finish each other's sentences, and they were just these, like, really unfortunate, like, inbred sisters. It's like life did not work out the way it was supposed to for y'all, and they, like, just, like, opened this bar that was, like, a billiards hall, and then, like, people would go and drink, like, 16 vodka cranberries, and then be like, time to drive the semi-truck to Alaska. I was like, no! Literally. They're like, time to have like 17 Crown Royal brown sugars and call my ex-wife and tell her she's a slut. And I'm like, I hate it here, can I leave? So, oh yeah, I also I also had to be a cook at the same time. What? Yeah, so I was like working I don't know where Dylan is, but they remember this. I was like working the fryers, and then she got a panini press, and she was like, do you know what a panini is? And I was like, I'm sure we can figure it out together. What can I say? I was like, me and you, we can do whatever we want. I officially quit that job when a regular got bored because I wasn't giving him enough attention. I was just on my phone, and he started throwing quarters at my head. So I quit that job, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is what the inside looks like, precisely. And you know, places like this absolutely should exist. I'm just not going to be working at them. Exactly, next slide. You're in Seahawks country. Like, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Let me tell you. Okay, next slide. Great, so then I had my first job that was a fun job, and I worked at Sizzle Pie. I worked there April 13th, 2016 to June 17th, 2017. There we go, that's almost here. That's almost a year, make some noise. This job was like totally surreal. All of us were like doing Molly at work, smoking weed, I was having sex in the bathrooms. And then like the way that businesses, here's a little tip about business. When you're a business, you want people to go to your business. And what makes people want to go to your business? Having cool gay people work at your business. So you create this culture of commodity where you fill it with poor gay people, right? But you don't give them health insurance or a living wage. You just literally go to DIY spaces in Seattle, find whoever's playing the bass. You're like, want a job? Want a job? And I was like, okay. I was like, I literally need a job because people are throwing metal at me at my current job. It was owned by this like old rocker dude named Bob. They just made everyone the bar manager at one point. They were like, fuck it, we don't even know what we're doing. I would say my favorite memory, and then we're gonna walk down memory lane here with some Yelp reviews, but my favorite memory was when I was on my way to work and my manager texted me and she was like, okay, so you're gonna be catering a wedding, so just kind of show up. And it was like this like goth wedding where they just like played Depeche Mode the whole time. And they were like, our love is sanctity in pizza. And I was like, y'all suck. Next slide. Don't worry about my image quality, okay? I need an intern, and that's clear. Please press the space bar. Okay, this is a Yelp review. This has got to be the worst atmosphere to eat pizza. Heavy metal music blasting while you get your order taken by rude people, only to wait for an oily, overpriced pizza. What is this? And I'm like, if anyone has ever written a Yelp review about you, when the rapture comes, you will be saved. I promise. It's good karma to be mean to people at your job. You do not have an expectation to be nice to anyone, especially if you are a tipped employee. Okay? It's good to be mean to customers. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Next slide. Probably some of the best pie in the city. It's too bad the staff does not know how to behave. Prison surf death metal unedited, blaring so you can't have a table conversation. The thugs in the back screaming and throwing stuff around, real classy. My 12-year-old loved it. We won't be back. $65 plus tip for a couple of delicious pies with a side of vulgar obscenity. I'm literally like getting this tattooed on my back. Like, I am just obsessed that like me and my comrades' behavior at this job was so psychically disturbing that John S. had to log on and say, nice through the nose bone jewelry, no thanks. I'm like, for sure. Everyone in the history of getting their bridge pierced did it so that John S. would think it was cool. You got us all figured out. Next slide. Okay, so here's a picture of me at this job. So like clearly, so for anyone who can't see, this is me, this is 2016. We would do daily rotating pizza specials, and I would always be like, my turn to pick, and they would be like, no, you don't get to choose what goes on the pizza. But one day, none of the bosses were there. So first of all, we're at Sizzle Pie, and I named the pizza Dino's Tomato Pie. Because I'm literally a cunt. And then this was the special that we served. So it is it's just crust, red sauce, a slice of toast on top, croutons, and diced parsley. I didn't like that one, but we did not sell any of that one. But when you have bad boundaries with your employees, then sometimes they don't get fired because we drink too much together. So, twist! You can't fire me, I'm your drinking buddy. We're going to the bar. Next slide. Okay, so this is literally right. So context. This is someone being like, "Oh, you're gay, happy Pride," and then at work showing me their Optimism Brewery Pride shirt. Right. But what actually happened was I'm literally so egregious that somebody walked in and I was like, oh, that shirt's so cool. Can I take a picture of it? Yes. And then I sent it to my group chat. Okay. Next slide. Right. So this was the next job that I had. So then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a real server. I'm sick of being broke. I'm sick of being pushed around. I need to make some real boss baby money. So, I worked at Meet the Moon. Has anyone ever driven by this in Leshai? It's so vile. Okay, I worked here from August 27th, 2017 to March 26th, 2018. Not bad. What's that, like 6-7 months? My regulars at this job were literally Melinda Gates. Literally! Melinda Gates, she tips 15%. I'll never forget. It was so bad. And I really was making like so much money at this job because there's no breaks, and when you would get off your shift to like have your shift drink, they would make you drink it behind the restaurant next to the garbages because they didn't want the customers to see the employees drinking or eating. Literally, if anyone has any like spare spray paint, I didn't see you, you know what I mean? It's just if you have any soup for your family tonight, you know where to bring it, you know what I'm saying? It's just soup for my family at Meet the Moon, allegedly. I know this is being recorded, we'll scrap that. For sure, next slide. So then, this is, once again, a very pixelated picture. That little thing outside, don't go here, it's so nasty. Next slide. Okay, so then I worked at Stillhead Diner in the market for one summer. That was March 27th, 2018 to August 4th. So I did like spring, summer. This job was so demented in every way because everyone who works in the market, for the most part, I don't want to generalize, but for the most part, they're like seafaring ancestral alcoholics. Do you know what I mean? And then like the chef would like throw pots and pans at people, like old school running around. He was like all short and he'd be like, you're too tall, you're too tall. You're too tall. And then like, I was like, what the fuck? Get off my grill. And then like my manager would always be like, you smell bad. I was like, and I had an okay time, but it was also like it's in Pike Place. It was the only job I had where if it was slow, I would actually just leave and no one would do anything. I would like go to Sephora. I would just like walk along the pier. I would like do, because like market culture is like you trade. I would just like take people's food and like, I'd be like, trade, you know what I mean? The salmon burgers are so good in the market. And this was truly, I gotta tell you this. So at Meet the Moon, it was like impossible to get coverage, classic. So, but I was like, I need shifts covered, I have shit to do. So once, I like took a bunch of shows in Portland, but didn't tell my boss, and then I obviously couldn't come to work. So what I did was I found a picture on Google of my partner at the time's car in an accident, and I just said that, and you know what? You can make anything possible. Whatever you need to do to have your time be yours, it doesn't matter. Say whatever you need to say.
Where's the picture?
I'll show you. Next slide. Okay, so then I worked at a pizza bar, which is the only job that I have on this list that I have nothing negative to say about, genuinely. Genuinely nothing negative to say. I could clock in, I could bring my laptop, I could watch my own movie, I could have my AirPods in. They're like, as long as you keep these patrons fed and drunk, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And I was like, great, we need more of that. Oh yeah, and then during this time period, next slide. Oh yeah, but the food does look like that. The food is also bad. Totally true. It's like, they're like, you can literally do whatever you want, and like you can have any shifts that you want, and then you keep your own cash, but people eat that. So it's both. Next slide. And they also eat that. Yeah, that is the garlic bread, and it's fine. It's proletarian. It's for the people. It's proletarian. Okay, next slide. Right. Okay. So then I'm working at this like. This was really my demise. This was my Joker. Working at the London Plane in Pioneer Square was the beginning of my Joker period, 100%. That's when like I was clocking in Okay, and also, I love a job interview because I get to be my best self. I get to convince people that I'm worth it. You know what I mean? Duh. But then once I got the job, I'm like, that was a mistake. You made a big mistake. Big mistake. This was my Joker period. This is when I started to be like waiting tables, and then the customers would stop me while I was taking their order, and they would be like, "Are you mad at me?" Like, that hadn't happened yet until I started working here, and then I was like, maybe I need to like just do something else entirely. I did get fired from this job, which is fine. I definitely deserved it because I wasn't good at it and I didn't want to be there. So I understand why you fired me. During this time, I was also nannying and doing life modeling on the side. Life modeling is a great hustle. If anyone ever wants, it's really challenging work because you have to stay completely still and nude for upwards of 5 hours at a time. But it's really great when someone who's really, like when you do the advanced classes and people are there doing some like, you know, I'm like, who's a painter? Who's a painter? Oh yeah, totally. But I was like, who's a famous painter? I couldn't think of one. When they're like, I thought it was like Picasso when he makes people look like cubes. When, I don't know, like Leonardo da Vinci, was he a painter? I'm not sure. I was wearing the blazer. I'm not in charge. But when people were good at painting and you would pose for the advanced classes, and they would like give you the paintings and drawings of them, it's like so validating. You have your like Titanic moment where someone's drawing you like one of their French girls. But you know what? When it's a beginner class, don't ask who's painting. Don't ask. You don't want to see it. I'm like, do I look like a fucking SCOBY? What the hell is going on? I'm up here like literally giving you know, pirouettes, figure skating at the Olympics, and you just draw me like a kombucha starter. I'm like, rude, literally rude. But if anyone, it's like usually $25 an hour. Just do it, you know what I mean? Next slide. Okay, this is confusing. So I was not running an Airbnb. What I was doing is I was cleaning Airbnbs, which was always kind of confusing to everyone in my life as to why I would do that. Because I'm not like dirty, but I like to cut corners. You know what I mean? I'm not very like thorough. I don't have like a mother's hand. Do you know what I mean? But my end to this job was when I got a text from my boss, and he was like, hey man, like, no offense, but I just gotta give you some feedback that I got from one of the guests, because before leaving your clean that day, you did in fact leave your poop in the toilet. So, it's kind of like not cool. It's actually like not chill. And I actually wasn't fired after that because he was just some like beta punk dude who was scared of me. But I quit that job because it was way too mortifying to go back after someone literally saw my intestines. So, oopie daisy, next slide. Oh yeah, this is me with my life drawings. It's fun. I'm like, this was a nice advanced class. They really got the pendulousness of my breast. Nice and oblong, you know what I'm saying? Right, we're hanging low, no biggie. Next slide. Okay, and then my last job was at the co-op, which is literally like a lesbian rite of passage. Does anyone here work at the co-op right now? Thank God. Okay, great. If you do, please lie. Just don't tell me. You know, it's like you're in her DMs, I'm weighing her Diva Cup as bulk grains. You know what I mean? We are not the same. We're not the same. It's a great job for like theft. It was, a really good like theft-oriented job, which is awesome and alleged. So we'll say that first and foremost. But it's just like, it's cool. This was my first union job. If you are a slacker, get a union job because they cannot fire you. Twins! It is so hard to get would be like rainbow toss into the basket, you know what I mean? If friends come through my line, you're like, I don't see it, 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 beep, 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 I don't see it, I don't see it, I don't see it. That'd be 75 cents, thank you. I don't see it. But then they were like, do you want to go on unemployment because you are causing deficits in the quarterly report. So they're like, please, for the love of God, we can't fire you, but we can lay you off. And I was like, amazing. Obviously, the clientele here is abysmal. It was like so horrible during the pandemic because they were like, are you okay? Is everything okay with you? Are they treating you okay or not good? Is it bad or is it good? And then their totals would be like $975. And I'm like, it went from bad to worse. To way worse. There was like this whole, and then like, you would see all the pandemic trends. It's like, you know, everyone's baking and they're running out of flour, and some like miserable crotchety bitch with like a hands off my uterus shirt. It's like, I don't want it, okay? I don't want that. No one wants that, okay? No one at the Central Co-op wants your uterus. I'm like, signal boost somewhere else, honestly. Gross, fucking gross that you would wear that in here. And they would be like, where is everything? And then there was like another phase where everyone's so bored, they wanted to get the most like wacky thing. So then everyone's buying all the camel milk. And then I'm like, why are you getting camel milk? And they're like, I just want to try it. I just want to try it. And then you know what I did on my last shift? Stole the camel milk. And I tried it, and it just tastes like 2%. I was like, yo, boy. But that's really the gambit of all I've done in my time here. I am so good that I'm gonna have to be working again. But now we get to go on to our next segment. It's Hell News with Erowid Experience Vault. They were behind here the whole time. They were behind here the whole time. Okay, you got a lot. We have a lot to get through. We have a lot in store.
Okay.
There's a lot to unpack.
Oh, I'm sad.
I'm sad. Love you. Thank you for always being here since the beginning.
Yeah.
We've had a good time together. Okay.
Let's do it.
Totally.
Sea snakes attacking divers are just trying to get laid, scientists say.
Woohoo! Yeah, this story is amazing because there's like all these sea snakes that are just really horny and going up to divers and then being like, whoa, no homo though. No homo though. They really want a piece.
Do we have the other version of the headline?
We do.
Venomous sea snakes are attacking divers due to misdirected sexual attraction. Study finds. I think it's normal to confuse sexual interest with being attacked.
Yeah. I just think that like the sea snakes are just really chaotic tops.
Yeah. Incels.
Yeah, it's just like incel tops. And then when you read the article, it's like, okay, if a venomous sea snake comes up to you and you're a diver, just don't do anything, and then just let the snake kind of do its little dance and flirt with you, and then it'll just go away.
Stay calm and allow the snake to investigate you with its tongue.
Yummy, yummy, woo, woo. Who's getting investigated? In this other version of the article I read, it was like, but if the venomous sea snake does bite you, you will die.
You could die. Or maybe really fun.
And I'm like, whatever.
Fun's fun, you know?
He's cute.
Yeah.
Whatever. Next.
Next. Oh, corgi racing! Yay! This happened last week.
There's really nothing else to say. It's just nice.
I actually went to a wiener dog race once.
Yeah.
It was not this exciting. They did not really move.
They're just kind of, you know, having kind of floundering.
I just thought this was cute.
It is cute. It is cute.
Woman fends off dog trail kidnapper with pup's poop, police say. I wish they hadn't put this picture.
Yes.
It's really haunting.
But I just, think about what your poop can do for you.
She smeared it. Okay, so he tried to grab her off the trail. This is actually pretty scary. And she had a dog poop bag in her hand, and she used it to smear it in his face. That did work. So,
Comrade poop.
Yeah, comrade poop. Zoo bans woman having affair with chimpanzee from seeing him.
Yes.
I feel like we do a lot of these stories.
Every Cruisin with Clara, there is always one, just like mild bestiality touchstone. There's a lot happening in the world. That's all I'm saying. Open your eyes.
Do we have the picture of her?
We do. She's sad. She's sad.
She got banned. Okay, so the extent of their affair was that she would come once a week and they would wave and blow kisses at each other.
That's good!
But it was impacting the chimp social structure, and he was being shunned by all the other monkeys.
The other chimps were like, you got a girlfriend, now you're so different, man. You never come over to watch football with me anymore, man. Come on. You never want to go to Optimism Brewery with me anymore.
I'm with my girlfriend Sharon Osbourne now.
Right. She's cool.
She's really sad.
Well, maybe they can FaceTime or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World's fastest accelerating roller coaster closes after breaking rider's bone. 112 miles per hour in 1.5 seconds. This is in Japan.
And they were getting broken breast bones and like neck bones from like the whiplash. And it's just like, I do a lot of things, you know what I mean? But this is one of those where I gotta say it might be an I told you so moment. You know what I mean? Just don't go that fast.
This is actually the second time that a Japanese roller coaster has made news during the pandemic. The first one, I don't have the headline from it, but they were trying to enforce a silence policy while on the coaster. I don't know if anyone remembers. They made a promotional video to please scream inside your heart.
I have been my whole life.
Yes. I'm really screaming inside my heart right now.
Yes.
Capybaras are leading a socialist revolution in Argentina. So exciting.
This is ecological justice. This is Mother Nature taking over what's hers. Fuck yeah.
We have the attack of the giant rodents or class war. Argentina's rich, riled by new neighbors. Hordes of capybaras have taken up residence at a gated community, sparking a debate on the environment and inequality.
Woo! Kill them! Eat them!
Well, yes, and the truth is that the people who built the gated community invaded the capybara's ecosystem.
There we go. It belongs to them.
Do we have the street art?
Yes, that's after
here.
this.
Do we need to read any of this?
Well, just that they are like 3 feet in length and 24 inches tall, and they weigh up to 130 pounds.
And they're very nice.
I'm like, y'all are like dense little corgis. Ready to attack the rich. Let's go.
Comrade, mural in Buenos Aires celebrating the capybara invasion of Nortelda. Argentina's most exclusive gated community.
Get capybaras machetes!
Bring that here.
Beautiful.
Bring that energy here, you know?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Let's start throwing seagulls at people.
Yes.
Same mindset.
Sure.
Thanks.
Tenant leaves behind 5,000 beer cans bursting to the brim with urine. This is our second story of anti-eviction revenge.
Yes. And I hope that we see more of this. I'm like, yeah, the eviction moratorium's over in what, like 4 days? Leave your fucking pee anywhere you can. Fuck these people over.
let them try to walk through it. This guy really had to pee.
Because I'm like, did he have the 5,000 beer cans the entire time he was living there? Or did he just like line them up in a row? He's like, I'm about to get evicted, let's pee 5,000 times. Go. I'm not sure.
Here's another picture.
Stacked.
Jenga.
Yes.
What? Oh,
yes.
We're missing, are we missing news?
No, it's gonna come after.
Okay,
great. So now So now we have a new segment that we're going to call The Doctor is In, Tales from QAnon. Because I don't know if anyone has been seeing what all of like the Q-pilled, fashy white supremacists are doing to their body in the name of like natural medicine, but it's fucking awesome because they're all gonna kill themselves. And we're gonna tell you how. Okay, so the first one is
plasma infiltrate. The medical name for urine is plasma infiltrate. It's filtered blood plasma. Do you think your blood is waste? Believe it or not, your urine is actually cleaner than the blood in your veins. Urine is only waste when you flush it down the toilet. When you consume any kind of liquid, your body has to adjust the temperature and it has to adjust the structure. Before that liquid can hydrate you. Urine is the fastest hydrating substance you could possibly put into your body. It is you already. It is blood plasma. It is filtered blood. Your urine is cleaner than your blood. It is directly absorbed by your body. Anything you consume, you merge with.
Drink from thyself to know thyself. So they're all drinking their own pee. All of the Qs, they think that drinking their own pee is not just gonna make them healthier, but like with all like cults and with all right-wing conspiracy theories and like being a fascist in general, you are creating this timeline in which you are different from everybody else, and you can only reach this like existential ascension through doing something that the government's keeping from you. So their thing is drinking pee!
Just admit it's your kink, it's fine.
Literally! Just say you have a piss kink and go. They also were like, if you don't want to drink it, you can just do an eye wash where you leave the pee in your eye. Next slide.
Okay, yeah, I have actually infiltrated some of the urine therapy Facebook groups.
Yes.
I've gone stealth. There's a really special one for, speaking of scobies, urine mushrooms.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have in the file. Oh, we are all looping.
Yeah, because basically they're like, you were born in pee in your mother's womb, and so you must regenerate to go back to your fetal-like state. I'm like, line them up, get them out, get them out, get them out. Let's just have them, drink pee and go from there.
If you know that you have the power to reverse everything, there would be no profit made out of you. Take the yellow pill.
Take the pee-pee pill.
Is this age urine still usable for enema or nose? We don't have any of the nose snorting videos. We'll spare you.
I'm not going to show you all that.
Is anyone drinking right now? Around 1 week or 2 old, has white stuff floating on top and edge of bottle. Doesn't look like milk to me. Thanks, Sarah Sunshine.
Next slide.
Will anyone buy my urine mushrooms?
They have fully infiltrated. They have
Can you
fully
show me?
infiltrated. How big is it? Can you show me? Okay, so there's all these QAnon pee influencers that are trying to convince other people to be people. Hashtag drink your pee, hashtag urine therapy, hashtag holy water.
I want to love her, but these people are actually really... I mean, should we suss out the connection with fascism?
Oh, I
Wake up and piss excellence. Then drink it. Rise and shine, baby.
Yes, pee-pee for the win. Hashtag
Plasma
princess. Yes.
Pee for the win.
There's a lot. Next.
This is what I do with my free time. Please consult with your higher self before trying urine therapy. I'm a princess, not a book.
Yes. Oh yeah, and then the next one is a little quote from Plasma Princess 33 that I love. Okay, hey, I never thought I'd be drinking piss, much less openly on the internet. But after unraveling the web of straight up lies the media / big pharma spews at everyone, I figured there was a small chance that pee might actually be good for you. It is! I used my intuition, my body, my divinity. The research I did was peeing in a cup and trying it myself. So if the practice calls to you, I suggest you do the same. Yes, this is like just, it's like history repeats itself. This is just like fascism trying to find influencers in order to convince you that there is a higher consciousness that you can only tap into if you join this like cult, essentially. I don't feel bad for them. I'm like, bye-bye, see you later.
They're all anti-vaxxers.
Yes, all anti-vaxxers.
He is stored in this. I do agree with this wild pea fruity goddess.
Yeah. I'm like, peeing stored the soul is pretty funny.
And Orin Ascension Alchemy says, heals gum line, reversing periodontal disease. Star eyes emoji. I will never see the cup emoji the same.
I will never see the whiskey emoji the same.
And here's our bridge. Here's Oklahoma stores selling out of horse medicine despite FDA plea not to take the drug.
So I thought the only horse medicine we were taking was ketamine. But now all of the Q fascists are taking ivermectin.
Apple flavored.
Which is literally horse dewormer because they think it's going to cure them of COVID. Because they didn't get the vaccine.
But I think you have the worms because you're drinking your urine scobies, babe.
Sorry, babes.
US FDA official Twitter, you are not a horse. You are not a cow. Seriously, y'all, stop it. Why you should not use ivermectin to treat or prevent COVID-19.
Next slide.
Hi there. Can you tell me dosing for 228 pounds with liquid? What? Person has pneumonia and COVID. Thank you.
Do you have the apple flavor or the plain? It's so bad. It's so bad.
Check out these groups, y'all.
Yeah, Winter's having fun.
The People's Medicine, ivermectin, safe, effective, economical. C. Does $374 for 93 milligram tablets of ivermectin seem reasonable? Times 4 for my family is so expensive, but no other pharmacies in my city will sell it. Oh.
So now people are like buying the ivermectin in bulk to jack up the prices in order to like, I don't give a fuck if you're exploiting these people because they're like miserable right-wing QAnoners, like whatever. But it's all a loop, man. Gotta think about it.
Well, there actually was like an Arkansas doctor who is contracted by the prison system who was giving it to inmates in Arkansas prisons, which is just like such a fucked up grift, preying on people who don't. This whole thing, I feel like, is misinformation that's preying on people who don't have adequate access to medical resources. Buzzkill.
Sure. Totally. Next one.
Yes.
Great! Now my friends think I'm an idiot. Who are the people getting sick from horsewormer? Are they taking the whole tube? Or is the media back at their work with the brainwashing?
Best of luck, Cam. Best of luck.
I'm posting this for my dear husband who has caught the COVID virus. A friend dropped off some ivermectin horse paste, and he's been taking it, and he would like to know how many days he should take it for and how long before he can see again. See again.
Do your research. Don't eat it. Get your vaccine. We all did. We're all here. Well, we're gonna end on a high note. We're gonna get back. Next slide. Oh yeah.
Don't tell me not to take horse dewormer.
Totally. But we have one more piece of good news.
Yay! Sorry everyone.
Which is?
This anti-abortion whistleblowing site is being flooded with Shrek porn.
Yay! Yes, do your due diligence. If you know how to do film like this, it's funny. It's great. Keep it up.
Is that it?
That's it.
Great.
Perfect. Thanks, everyone. Yay! I'm so glad that they get to close it out here in the new one. Make some noise for Alyssa Yeoman!
That horse piss, all of this is just, I was back there aghast. Is that the word? I was just taken aback. Oh my gosh, we're still in a pandemic, so what medication is everybody on? That's one of my three. No, that's where we're at. I don't know, over the pandemic I realized maybe I eat too much ham to be having sex. I don't know if anybody else felt that way. Yeah, once I ate 3 ham sandwiches in one day and I was like, wow, someone still wants to fuck me later, you know? Someone wants to come over and glaze this ham pussy. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. No, for someone who does compare their vagina to meat a lot, I'm pretty confident in it. That's true. There was a point in my life where I was just getting pap smears for the validation, you know? I went in there and, it's true, because you can only trust yourself so much. I was changing my own Diva cup the other day and I was like, God damn, that's tight. What you doing down there, girl? Talking to my swamp, but, speaking of Shrek porn. I went from being a Christian to believing in Shrek only. I don't know if anybody else is on that. Anybody else on that pipeline, church camp to Shrek pipeline? Yeah, I don't know. That's what happens when you grew up a virgin. That's just a line I'm trying to say. I think it's so funny. I'm like, I grew up a virgin. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I did get pap smears for the validation, and the doctor was rooting around in there, you know what I mean, doing the thing, and suddenly I was like, ouch. She was like, I knew you'd feel that. You got a lot of nerve endings down there. I was like, hell yeah, I do up top. And she was like, ma'am, it's a pandemic. I love pornography. I love porn. When you're here, your family, as they say in porn. I love pornography and for a number of reasons, though. I feel like pornography is a great place to realize how dumb men really are. Okay? I was scrolling through pornography.org the other day. It's a not-for-profit. I was scrolling through and I see a porn title that says, 2 chicks fuck in an art studio. And it was very clearly a hair salon. That same session, I continued scrolling and I see one video and it said, big titty black girl has a fun time. And I was like, oh shit, did someone get a video of me putting together an IKEA bookshelf without instructions? It was a different big titty black girl though. So close call. I've been thinking about, I realized that baseless drama is a big part of my personality during isolation. I don't know if anybody was just like, I need to see something go down that has nothing to do with me, you know what I mean? I was like, I want people to break up, let me see it on your Instagram. Dude, I just need something, you know? It's fucking dry as hell. It got to the point, I'm a Libra, so I was like, I need the drama. I do, you know? I'm like, I'll be cool to your face about it, but I'm like, oh shit. Let's go. It got to the point where I was just looking for it. I was like, maybe I'll go on Venmo and one of my ex's transactions. You know what I mean? They got a rent transaction to their fiance that says rent. I go in there, I like it, comment, be like, you never had this when we were together. Just to see what's up. I mean, we haven't dated for 7 years, but I was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? They got the vaccine before me, so I was pissed. Just looking for something. This is just a thought. I wanted to put this out there because there were so many white people in that crazy news. But have y'all realized that the hotter white parents are, the worse behaved their children are? Yes. That's it. That's my only statement. That once I saw, we're talking about Lachey. I just remembered once I actually saw Bill Gates at Lachey. I'm guessing he was going to meet the moon to meet with Melinda. And there's no story. I should have hit him with my car because I was like right there in front. But I went for a stop and then I was like, oh my God. And I was like, that's Bill Gates in a half zip hoodie. Weird basketball shorts. I was like, wrong choice for you, my dude. But you may be a billionaire, but you're not rocking gray sweats. That's something money can't buy. Oh my gosh, yeah, so like I mentioned, I am a Libra, so I spend a lot of time being bored and horny. I don't know if anybody else identifies with that, just in general. I don't know if it's just, yeah, I don't know. It was to the point like that during the pandemic, so I've been trying to better myself, so I'm listening to my meditation app, doing my thing, and that voice came on, and I was like, it's kind of hitting right today. You know what I mean? Just gotta breathe into it. I found myself like getting off on hot exchanges that I had with bud tenders, you know? I'm like, yes, Solo, I will buy that dab rig. That's my favorite bud tender's name. It was like so bad that there's a point in the pandemic where I was on a Zoom call and I had a coworker say absorb in just the right way. I was like, this is gonna carry me through the whole weekend, you know? Oh my gosh, anyways, I'm a black person who's on a path to reclaim my time and my power. Thank you for that. That was a tepid applause, but I still appreciate it. You're like, can I clap? Is it racist if I clap for this, or can I? I don't know. You're like, does that mean I have to pay you? I don't have any money. Oh my gosh, no, I am. I feel like reclaiming my time is easy. Reclaiming my time is like very straightforward, right? Like, that is me. I'm like not dating any more fuckboys, right? Like that's an easy one. What else am I doing to reclaim my time? I am taking super long shits during Zoom calls. You know what I mean? With the camera on, you know what I mean? Just me from here up, just like, I agree. I'm just like super late whenever I meet with any of my white friends. That's how I reclaim my time. You know? I'm like, it's okay, Evelyn will get the table. She's always there 5 minutes early. I feel like reclaiming my power is just like a lot more difficult though, because reclaiming my power happens whenever I have to like create power dynamics where there are none, really, because that's what reclaim my power looks like. So that's like showing up at a restaurant. I have no book. No cell phone. I'm just there to make non-consensual eye contact. Just scanning the room until I got the whole Chili's to myself. I don't know. I also like in an emergency situation. I feel like next time someone's just like, "Is there a doctor in here?" I'm gonna be like, no, but I'm the only person who can save this person, right? I'll go over there, I'll start doing my thing, I'll assess the situation, and I'll be like, is there a doctor here? I forgot my cell phone. Yeah, that one was new, so thank you for bearing with me. Just playing around up here. What else? This, that. Oh, okay, this one's kind of fun. So my parents are part of the silent generation. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. It's before the boomers. So super, super avoidant. They're hella old, they're hella avoidant. I mean, so much so that whenever I was a young child, I was in the 6th grade, I asked my mom, I said, hey, where do babies come from? And she goes, you already know the answer to that. She was right, I did, but I said, no, but I'd like to hear it from you. You know what I mean? Because it's important. Everybody else's parents were telling them I wanted to know. My mom just goes, no. from the silent generation, it's so bad that I think that they believe if they say I love you hard enough on the phone, it means the same thing as I'm sorry for what happened to you as a child. So, it's okay, I'm not processing my trauma live time. You can laugh at that. Yeah, everybody always feels sad about that, but that's okay. That's what comedy's for, to make you feel really fucking bad. No, I'm kidding. What else did I want to talk about tonight? I guess that's why I had all these notes. This, that. Porn when you hear your face. That was funny to me. Okay. Sorry, I forgot. I was like, that's pretty good. I was missing the Olive Garden and I was horny at the same time. Came to me. I don't know. What else do I want to talk about? Let's see. Okay, we can talk about. Okay, I want to talk about racism really quick. I mean, might as well. Fuck it. You know, it's on everybody's mind, so I don't know. I hope it's not on your mind. I hope you're just thinking about having fun. But I've been thinking about recently how I really miss the racism of the South. It's true. I grew up in a little place called Texas. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. I love Texas for a number of reasons. I like Texas because they have names like Clint and Colt, like they're just trying to take back the word cunt. Like, we're gonna give it to our boys and they're gonna play football. That's shit. That and great barbecue. I miss that. But I miss the racism down there because it's just in your face, right? You always know where you stand. The problem with, yes, I hear one black person from the back being like, yes, yeah, they know where this is going. The problem, I'm looking at you, wherever you are. No, the problem with the racism on the West Coast is it happens whenever some white person is just trying to aggressively bond with me, right? It's like I'm in line at a Chipotle and some dude named Mike is like, hey, remember when we used to use separate water fountains in this Chipotle? And I'm like, no, but I wish we still did. I don't know. I really want to talk about the real divide in this country while we're here. And I have a microphone, so. Because it's really been on my mind and my heart. And that divide is normal people versus people who own reptiles. Am I right? Can we talk about the real issues? Like, have you ever been over to someone's house and it's lit with mostly black lights and they're like, hey, I got a turtle. And you're like, yeah, bro, I know, I smelt it when I walked in. I am gonna give you some advice here on Cruisin tonight. If you ever walk into someone's house and it's lit with mostly black lights and there is no reptile in sight, I want you to get your drugs and get the fuck out. Okay, you guys have been great. I'm Alyssa.
To the stage, it is Issa Man!
Is your school lacking diversity? Is your life lacking flavor?
hoping you will kiss me underneath the constellation. If it's any consolation, if it's worth the conversation, I don't do this all of the time. I just say that every time. It's worth the life, it's worth the crimes, it's worth the bad karma. I bet you like you love making bad decisions. Are we begging and you love it? I'm good, what's the difference? Still good, it's making difference. I'm good, what's the difference if it's still good? Just nachos exclusively. Used to be all good, all bad. Till it up, that's more than ooh, so hard to love. Darling, you make me too hard to keep running from me. I'm scared of make it easy for me. I wanna be as difficult for me. I'm scared of love, yeah. If you hard to trust, why you running from me? I'm begging, no. Make it easy for me. Don't wanna be scared of love.
Hi! Welcome to Hot Takes and Hot Dike. I'm Clara from Oops! Autoplay, autoplay! Here's the microphone! Yeah!
I love the power of the microphone. It's unhinged.
Hi everybody! Oh my god! Make some noise for Issa and Alyssa! Well, the green light is on. Let's go from there. How about now? Am I getting louder? No. Kaz is coming to save the day. Well, regardless, I love to orate. Thank you so much. Make some noise! Yay! Okay, so now is a portion of the show where we all play a game. We play a game that will allow all of you to get to know our guests better. You might even know yourselves better, and we're gonna have some fun along the way. So, the game that we're playing is Clara Land. Yay! So it's like Candyland, but Clara Land. Okay. So the way the game is gonna work is perfect. So basically, here are your 5 guides through this wacky world. We have Grandma Nut, Plumpy, Queen Frostine, Gloppy, and Lord Licorice. They're cute, right? Oh yeah, and they're all a little, you know what I mean? Hi! They're all a little LGBT, you see what I'm saying? Alphabet Mafia, logging in. So, you will pick one of these gorgeous creatures and they will ask you a question about yourself and to allow you to move through the game. So, Alyssa, you went first. And you're both Libra, so have fun picking. I'm making 2 Libras choose. Literally being an evil Sagittarius, I'm like, choose. I have so many friends that are Libras, and I'm like, what do you want for dinner? Pick a place. You're a demon. Why would you do that?
I want whatever you want.
No!
my guy Gloppy.
Okay, Gloppy asks, I am the bastion of the old guard. I am Father Earth, and I hold the memories of all that has fallen to the sands of time. For this question, I will ask you both to work together on an archival project. I will present these lost items before you, and you will only be able to save one of the artifacts. So you're going to pick something, and there are going to be a bunch of things, and whatever you don't pick, all of our collective memory of it will be gone forever. So this evening, we will be sifting through the sordid memories of the mall! This is my actual suburban mall in my hometown of Highland Park, Illinois. This is Northbrook Court. I googled like Northbrook Court images and found this blog on Blogspot from the 2000s that's just dedicated to chronicling Midwestern malls. Amazing, super triggering, it was so much fun. Okay, so here are the 5 common 90s Y2K mall items. Oh, here's another picture of the mall. Because whatever happened to when there was a car in a mall? You don't see a car in a mall anymore, am I right? How did they get in there? How did they get in there? Someone answer my question. No, does anyone know how they got? Do you know? How did they get the cars in the mall?
They just like build it in the mall, though.
What did you say?
I thought they like built it in the mall.
They built the car.
That was a genuine question. I thought they just built it in the mall.
I don't know. They built it in the mall. Do you think they built it in the mall?
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's doors big enough at the mall. I just haven't seen
where?
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm like,
I think I have the strongest
The strongest and fastest mechanic. It must have been built in the mall.
I'm not hearing any evidence to like go
Deny
Yeah.
I also don't know how they put ships in bottles either. That's another question I have. Okay, so here are the 5 artifacts. Impossible. Okay.
This is so fucked up.
Okay. So for those of you who can't see, we have a no-hate rubber bracelet. We have gauchos.
Cheer for gauchos.
Y'all are mad at me! Okay, we have the Happy Bunny, please knock first and then go screw yourself. You know that was my shit. We have Paul Frank. We have the Sharper Image massage chairs. And then we have the Dippin' Dots. So, which one, okay, so how do all of these images make you feel?
I like some of these images.
Which ones do you like?
I was a big fan of the no hate stickers.
You're like, you know what? No hate.
I had the wristband.
Okay, but were you out or were you an ally?
I had gay friends at the time.
There we go! Ally! That's so fucking funny. Because I was the same way. I was a high school ally. And I was like, wonder why, you fruit? Wonder why we wanted to be allies. Straight people don't like gay people. They don't. Gay people like gay people. Alyssa, how are these making you feel?
I'm a combination of like triggered and yeah, I'm having hardcore PTSD of like being in the malls for some reason completely unsupervised and like I don't even know how I got home. I'm fucked up on Dippin' Dots in my gauchos, vibrating from the chair still. You know what I mean? I was a mall rat. Like the mall was where I was born in a mall.
Right.
I was like that car built in a mall. Straight up.
So you were like, I did all these at once.
Yeah, I was just mainlining all of this.
So which one do we save?
Oh, we keep? I thought we were like getting rid of
No, we keep
Okay.
one.
Do we have to agree on one to keep or can we each choose one?
I was hoping you would collaborate. But
collaborating.
Okay. What
Fuck
do you think?
gauchos, like at that.
You
no.
think so?
Yeah. Why? Yes.
I feel like I'm like wearing the modern gaucho right now. So I was like,
So you're voting yes for the gaucho.
Yes, the gauchos.
but we both agreed when we both saw Dippin' Dots, we like made eye contact. We were like, we're in the zone. So should we pick?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Great, you have one Gloppy's approval. It doesn't mean anything, but I honestly, like, sometimes when I'm alone, like, crafting this show, I look at this and I'm like, I went too far. I put this on and everyone here had a visceral response. People started throwing shit and like kicking and screaming. I was like, but it was hard. It was not great. Okay, back to the board. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Okay, great. Issa, what are we picking now?
I'm really a fan of Lord Licorice's outfit.
Okay. Okay, Lord Licorice. So he asks, yes, thank you for choosing me. I'm feeling rather and exceptionally devilish this evening. My question for you is as follows. What would your ex say your toxic trait is?